Let's see what's caught your eye in the media this Friday night. We're joined again by PR Supremo Martin Hunt and journalist Dorothy Grace Elder. Thank you very much for joining us, both of you.
Thank you both.
Now, first of all, it looks like social media apps are getting some divine intervention, Dorothy.
Oh yes, this is a Church of Scotland minister, the Reverend Bogle, who's actually a very nice, jolly person who wants to put services on apps so that more and more people can hear them. And of course the big question is, maybe they won't go to church. He doesn't mean it that way, he means to continue churches. But you know, I can see the future where getting married or getting buried, you don't even need to turn up.
It'll all be virtual.
Which is good news if you're getting buried, and good news for some people if they're getting married. You can do it all
You can do a
online.
FaceTime marriage, is that what we can do now?
Well.
Yes, but I don't, come on, Dorothy, I don't want to do this to have a communication with God. No, if I want to go and communicate with God, I go for a walk or go and have a sort of a...
Oh, you need it, Martin.
Sit quietly
need
in a
it.
little room and sort of, you know, you don't have to have an app. It's like going to these Americans. It's just American evangelism gone mad.
Yes,
Okay.
there's a good bit
Maybe
of that.
religion in the 21st century.
We'll see what happens with the app for that. Another big event on the social calendar this weekend, Martin, no doubt on your radar, is Eurovision.
I wonder why. got the jacket tonight. Come along. I've been a Eurovision fan for years.
Oh no!
Yes.
You admit it?
Yes, I can remember as a kid at 10 going to watch Eurovision, and it was still in black and white television. And we were having a little discussion beforehand, weren't we, about Katie Boyle. Now, who remembers nil point Katie Boyle?
Yes.
So tell us about Katie Boyle.
Katie Boyle, she was the doyenne of Eurovision. She was Terry Wogan. You know, she was a commentator, and it was absolutely wonderful in those days when the marks would not come in, would they? And she would sort of have to.
She was elegant, gorgeous,
beautiful,
and she spoke several languages.
Which is important, but talking about that goes around the world, goes around Europe, and America's watching it this year. What do you make of that?
I want to protect America from it. America is suffering enough. They've got Donald Trump trying
They're
to
going to have Justin
president.
Timberlake from the Eurovision this year.
They have to have Eurotrash as well.
Well, that's certainly something else. Dorothy.
Because we can make up as awful tunes as they have. We're just
No, we
as
should go back
bad.
in. Listen, thank you both.
The bearded.
We'll chat to you later on. You should contribute.
She was
We'll
going to
talk
chat later.
on, yeah.
Thank you very much. Right.
But I'm looking for the full slider experience now.
Yes, the slider.
Right,
Yeah.
let's go over and have a wee go then. Right, this is going to be
a little tricky.
It looks great,
I know.
but potentially tricky.
Here, I'll hand that to you.
Perfect. Right, there we go.
It makes you
Got
really
it?
appreciate waiters and waitresses when they pick
Oh, I
up
know,
things.
right.
because
I'm
it's
gonna head
pretty-
You go
over.
Can I get that
first.
for you?
There we
Now you
go.
got it.
Here we go.
And I'm going to put this one here, and we'll let.
Oh,
Do you want to give me this?
yes.
There we go.
Oh, and after I was walking so slowly over there, we're out of time.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
This time
No, this
again.
looks lovely. Let's
Oh, sorry.
it's posy.
There it is.
Right,
Lunch.
Well, there you go. It's going to taste even better.
Wow.
I like starving people before I feed them.
This looks absolutely delicious.
Liberty, we're just putting this in like a...
Just going for a burger
Okay,
here.
let's go for it.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can just eat it like I just dive in.
Munch.
I don't know which side to go for.
We're all going to munch when nobody's going to be able to talk at the same time again. We've definitely encountered this problem before. How are we getting on?
The cappuccino comes out very nicely, doesn't
Is
it?
it delicious?
Really
It's different.
Yeah. It's a
Lovely.
completely different.
Not
There's
everyone
the
will like
sweetness
it.
in it as well. There's the sugar. Sweetness.
Slider used to be a word for an ice cream in Scotland.
really?
You know, the flat ones instead of a cone.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
uh-huh.
Slider. I think it's an East Coast word. We don't use it in the West Coast. Thank you.
Ah.
So like a nugget and a wafer, that kind of thing,
It's
yeah?
just a wafer with
Right,
the ice
okay.
cream between.
That's right. Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
There we
And
go.
I'm going to
Now,
have a wee bit of a berry.
Sliders.
Now, there was a little bit of a stooshy yesterday, and there was a massive backlash against one of this year's National 5 mathematics exam papers. Thousands of youngsters have signed a petition saying it was unrecognisable and just far too hard. We've got a sample question from the paper on screen right now, and we know that Liberty, in her non-showbiz life, is a lecturer in maths, but let's see what she and our panel think of it. Let's have a look at it on screen right now if we can. There's the question there. Charlie is making costumes for a school show. One day he made 2 cloaks and 3 dresses. The total amount of material he used was 96 square metres, and then there's A, B and C there. That's a lot of words there for a maths paper.
So that's National 5, isn't it? And that's equivalent of like standard grade level.
Right.
Liberty, what do you reckon? Is it tricky? Is it overly tricky?
You know, that's a hard question to ask, whether something's overly tricky. It's certainly a little tricky of a question, but, you know, it is maths, and it is, you know, sort of standard questions. But, you know, the whole idea when you're making an exam is to make it a little bit more complicated, to have it be that students who just plain memorize things don't get
So
the
the
right
words
answer.
you think have thrown students slightly?
That's a technique I use when I write
Okay.
my exams, is to have the words, you know,
A bit more
be able to
confusing.
extract the information from the words, which can be difficult.
Do you know the answer? Yes or
I
no?
do know the answer. I would have to write it all out to get the answer.
Okay.
but-
Oh, me too.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I just don't have to write
Very
it
good
out.
excuse.
Thank you
Thank you,
very much for
Liberty.
joining us. Thank
Delicious.
you. Now, every Friday